For self-published authors, completing a series is one of the best things you can do when it comes to marketing your books. Readers are more likely to take a chance, they become easier to advertise, and the whole wide world of digital box sets opens up to you, which is something I've fallen way behind on recently. So today we're going to dig in as I get organized on my next box set project, figure out the whys and hows, and see how it goes. Hey WordNerds, it's Kelly. So today we are talking about digital box sets, which are essentially additional books you can put on Amazon or wherever it is you are selling your ebooks that give readers an opportunity to read multiple books in a series, maybe even a completed series, by just buying one copy of one book. In theory, this usually gives them a bit of a discount, but also gives you, the author, a chance to sell an entire series or multiple books at once. Sometimes for shorter series, you're looking at box sets that have all of the books in the series in one set. So any readers who don't want to take a chance on a series until it's completed may pick up a box set, or some may wait in order to get that discount and get all of the books at a lowered price by buying the box set. If you have a longer running series, you might do multiple box sets within a series, doing books 1 to 3 in one and books 4 to 5 in another, whatever makes sense for your books and how many books are in that series. There are a lot of different options you can do. Many authors also include prequel stories in this box set, so basically anything else that is in this world. If a reader is looking for that completed story, they have all of the different books in this one set. This is what I'm going to be doing for my Lesser Magic series. This was a trilogy that I finished earlier this year. It has 3 main novel-sized books and then one prequel story that's about 15,000 words that I haven't released yet, but that will be coming out first with the box set. This was kind of a up and down decision for me. I wasn't sure what the right answer was. Basically, I hadn't even written the prequel until recently. It might have made more sense to release it ages ago, but that's not an option. So now I'm going to put it in the box set because it makes it look a little bit bigger. It gives the readers the complete story, and basically everything is right there for anyone who wants it. Later on, I'm sure I'll release the prequel story on its own, so anyone who wants to pick up the prequel and get a taste for the series and the writing can give that one a go, but that is a problem for a different day. So when you're putting together a box set, what you're essentially doing is taking all of the books in your series, so in my case 4, and turning them into one file. So for me, the first thing I had to do was contact my cover artist and see if she would create a box set file for me. It was a flat fee listed right on the website, $35 to create a box set. I utilized one of the additional covers from the series I'd already released, but with new series specific titling. Some authors will do this a little differently and create specific artwork just for the box set, or they won't set it up the way you've seen on mine, where I have the actual, it looks like a physical box set image. Instead, they'll release it as kind of a collection, doing their own artwork and having it just as a big omnibus style book. In a lot of cases, this is what they'll do if they're going to be releasing it in paperback as well, but this would be a really big paperback for me, and I don't really see a lot of sales on that side of things. So I'm sticking with this style for now, and maybe in the future I'll reevaluate. The next thing I needed to look at was putting all of the text from all 4 stories together into one super file. This was going to be done on Word for me, basically copying and pasting in reading order. So starting with the prequel, books 1, books 2, books 3, into one super file, and making sure to format that properly so that each book could be found on the table of contents individually, and then all of the chapters within each of those, making it as easy to read and easy to follow as possible, and then putting any back matter, which I usually have at the end of every book, just at the end of the entire collection. So these are links and blurbs for other books I've written, an author bio, author notes, putting all of that at the end unless there's anything specific to book 1, book 2, book 3, but basically not making the readers read the same things at the end of every story because they're going to be reading all of them, so they'll catch it at the end. The next thing I needed to look at was pricing, basing this on what my books are currently listed at and then figuring out what a fair discount would be. So right now I have book 1 and book 2 listed at $2.99 each and book 3 listed at $3.99. So I have a $10 total plus the prequel, which I'll probably list for 99 cents long term, but I'm not even going to worry about that right now. I'm going to list it as a discount based on the additional prices and kind of market the prequel as a bonus story. So at this point, I'm going to list the box set at $6.99, which is a pretty steep discount. I may decide to play with this in the future, especially if I change any of the base book prices. But at this point, I'm just trying to get it out in the world, get people reading the story. Hopefully I'll get people reading it in Kindle Unlimited as well, so I'll get page reads that way. And really just trying to cover all of these bases so that I can get the story out there, make it look like an enticing deal on top of a great story, and see what happens. As of when I'm filming this, I'm probably still about a week away from actually putting this up on Amazon and attempting to market it. My plan at this stage is just to do a few newsletter swaps, get word out there, maybe try a few Facebook or Amazon ads. It's going to be pretty low-key marketing for me at this point because I just want to see how it goes, what kind of traction it finds on its own, and go from there. And really, that is so much of self-publishing. You try things, you try different things, you see what makes the most sense, what works for you and your books long-term, because what works for one people or even what works for a ton of people isn't always necessarily going to work for you. So I'm going to experiment a little, play around with price, play around with the blurb, and see what gets people picking up this box set versus picking up just the first book in the story. And if they end up reading just the first book in the series instead, that's still going to be a win, because really whatever gets readers through the door and reading your stories is always going to be a good thing. So if you ever get to the point where you've completed a series, I absolutely recommend looking into box sets. It offers a lot of great opportunities, a lot more ways to introduce readers to your books and your stories and to you as an author. And some readers really do wait until a series is completed or a box set is available before even trying something new. So even if sales aren't going great, a box set may still be worth your time and effort because it is fairly easy to do in terms of formatting. And box set covers are usually pretty reasonable if you've worked with that cover artist in the past. So it is an easy option to at least try and see if you're getting more traction for your stories moving in that direction. If you haven't already, don't forget to like and subscribe. We have new bookish videos every week along with live discussions on Sunday. In the meantime, happy reading, happy writing, and I'll see you next time.